Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be talking about the Overwatch League off-season recap, number 8, the 8th installment of this series that I decided to do for some random reason, just to keep up with every single move that every team has done in the off-season. There's been a couple changes that have happened. One team has announced their roster, and one team has announced their tank line. There will be two videos that I will show you when we get up to those announcements. So we last ended off with Skewered going to the Gladiators from Oz Gaming, and there's been a couple other rumors still, mainly from a Twitter name by Leaker Mafia, which I will probably get into later. But he's not that credible as Halo of Thoughts, but he's still pretty credible. He has got some of those. Some of these changes are actually correct, so I will mention those as well. So after the video, well, not really after the video, but mostly when I talked about KSF going to Valiant, Halo of Thoughts said something about he was originally green and blue. Now one color style back. KSF has now gone to the Houston Outlaws. I quite like this change. Obviously we're going to have the Minecraft duo if we're going to have that. If Happy and Hydration doesn't interfere with that, I hope it's just going to be Dante KSF in that role, but it's unlikely going to happen. It's not bad of a change compared to it's not that bad of a roster. I think they're still going to be bottom of the field though, like bottom tier team. But we'll just have to see really of what everyone else really thinks about currently the Houston Outlaws roster. Currently, so yeah, and also about the Boink and Mecha situation that has been confirmed to be true. They are out of the team. They just haven't made any announcement. Houston Outlaws. They have not made any announcements about that, which is weird. So that is a fact. Both Boink and Mecha are both out of the team. That's the case there for you for the Houston Outlaws. I think it's a pretty good change, like a pretty good pickup. So on the 9th of December, there was a lot of changes that happened, including some announcements about the Paris Eternal. There have been two announcements about Valiant. One of them, well, because actually no, three of them. One of them, or two of them, is about the coaches. Sungwoo, who is formerly the coach of the Guangzhou Charge, has now joined the Valiant as the assistant coach. The other one, it is Unter joined as the associated head coach for the team, which I don't really get, but yeah, it's for you. Sungwoo obviously formerly from the Guangzhou Charge, and Charge actually did really well last season, so it's a pretty good pickup. Valiant has a pretty good coaching staff, I must say, and I will get to the other change later, but and Sungwoo for you for the Valiant, and also Unter now being the associated head coach of the team. I think Pack and 10 is still going to be the head coach. I think he also does some strong management as well. Now I'm going to show you only four Paris Eternal changes currently. So oh god, it's got Khan, Naga, Neptuno, and Dan. There are two other changes as well, but it's been split with the other Valiant change. So these four, fucking love it. I heard when I saw the news, I really love the changes the roster currently of Eternal. I said I will probably be a top 10 team. I'm gonna probably eat my words because I don't think that's really gonna be happen. I think they're gonna be very close around around 12th or 13th. I'm gonna say currently for Paris. I think they will be making more announcement changes. They still need to announce the coaching staff. But I quite like this currently roster with 6 players. So we'll get to the other 2 later. Actually, I'll give you a hint. The next 2 were actually formerly from the Overwatch League. So it definitely looks like that Paris is going to go for a full European roster look, which I love. It does look like they want to do what they did in Season 1, where they did a full European roster. No Koreans, just a full European roster, which I love. So that's really good, really good for the team. And they did also re-sign Avala, which I love. So and I think Avala has done a really good job picking up players like Neptuno, Naga, I need to really be careful what I say because, I don't really say the word, but you know what I mean. It sounds like another word. Like Khan and Don. I haven't seen any much play time from Don and Khan. I have seen from the other two, obviously from Neptuno. I really rate them highly. So we're gonna get to the next Valiant change, which is actually a surprising one. I guess I have to see this one as well. There we go. Agilities joining the Valiant. He's back in the Valiant, and love this change as well. This also makes the roster for the Valiant now for DPS, Shax, KSP, and Agilities, which is a very scary lineup if they're going to have KSP and Agilities in. That's gonna be one scary DPS lineup. For the next one, Oni God and Elivert joining from New Kings to Badstone. New Kings is a European roster. Oh, I love it. So if you don't know, Oni God, formerly from the Dallas Fuel, Elivert, formerly from the Washington Justice. Elivert didn't get it. Actually, no, they both got a lot of playtime. Obviously, Elivert was kicked out because Justice went full Korean. Only God was kicked out because of with everyone else other than Doha to also go full Korean. So I'm really happy that that both have found its home. Now next next up for Paris is they need to sign Lolsich to get the friendship back. Obviously, if you don't know, Elivert and Lolsich are basically best friends, so they've been friends for a very long time, and it'll be really sad to not see them both in the Overwatch League in the same team. It'd be really sad though. All right. So only God, I think has a pretty good DPS line, a pretty good DPS gameplay. I will obviously talk about this roster more after this, but yeah, I'll keep my opinions about Paris after when I'm done with this video. Well, not really when I'm done with this video, but you know what I mean. So that's currently the 6th place in the Paris Eternal. Now this is where we get to the video. So the video is from the Florida Mayhem. There's also New York as well. It is from the Florida Mayhem. And they have announced their roster. Enjoy.
And now we'll see if the Mayhem can... Oh my
See you later.
Rascal. Oh! BQB, what a performance! But he gets stunned briefly, that's enough time for Chio to get the Transcendence in place. Still Jinmu gets pinned. Oh no! He's gone down the drain! He will be missed!
Yaki, they don't even know he's here.
Chandru's done it. He takes on Gargoyle, but here comes Yaki, the response! Another shatter! The classic echo, he's popping off. I don't know if it's enough. A third one! Yaki, God, he's going crazy in the backline.
Oh, he may get frozen up here though, Gangnam Jin. Look at him from the side, connecting every one of these darts.
Ends up using a couple of ults here. You can see another gravitic focus on Gargoyle. It's perfect! It catches 2 of them! But if you kill the Zen, oh, now this fight is incredibly winnable. Gargoyle, he's eating them alive.
Leaves back the safety. We lose Kareem, however, in the meantime. And Fate eventually does too much damage. Another shatter from OG. Another shutdown for the defense.
Oh no! I was going to say double amp matrix. Let's play the gunline thing again, but beware the Zenyatta, beware the Robo Sniper, and look at Checkmate as well. So effective at finishing off these low members.
There's something behind me to find a wall, but you can't really find much on the C point. And once again, it might come down to Checkmate.
If he does this,
oh, that was sick.
It's disgusting.
Even kills aim.
I know, it's ridiculous. Like, why is Genji investing so much in this Doomfist if it's not working for them? And we've seen them play other
Checkmate's
combinations.
crushing.
We've seen them play it better. Checkmate is the better Doomfist here.
So that was the Florida Mayhem roster. So OGE, Slime, and Checkmate all joined the team. You obviously know about OGE and Slime. OGE formerly from Glads and Dallas. Slime, formerly from Vancouver and Seoul. He's now with Florida. And Checkmate, who's also from Oz Gaming, now joined the team as well. Checkmate was actually reported by League Mafia, and I guess that kind of really says that he's pretty credible and in sources. So this team, I don't really know. I'll be talking about Paris and Florida after this, mainly. But I don't really know what, like, first impressions. I have no clue. I'm just happy that OGE and Slime both found a team. I need to see gameplay of Checkmate more, so I'm gonna study him a bit more when I do my power rankings. Because I kind of want to be like more, you know, so what's on show for? More like independent. Because obviously last time I did this, I was mainly going off plat chat and giving out my opinion on everything. Like, see their opinion, and I'll try and get my opinion on it as well. So we're gonna see what Checkmate is like. What Checkmate is gonna do this season. He looks promising, definitely on the Echo. But we just need to see if he can flex onto other. I think he can, but I think his main heroes are mainly Echo. So next we're gonna go with the New York Excelsior tank line, and they were basically both correct by Hell of Thoughts, but doesn't matter. Enjoy.
Welcome home, Bianca.
Coming up from both of these divas. Sia comes up with a triple. But Bianca answers back with a quad. The ground actually going to be coming through. They push up. They manage to get through the transcendence of Shu. Bubble coming out. Jonik there as well.
User verified. Welcome on board, Yakpu.
Toronto to Valiant. Charge coming up from Yakpo. Will be able to take down the Dozen. Turns around. He gets a shatter. Welcome back. Oh, man. Welcome back indeed.
Firing grenade thrown at RCK, but all time. Okay then! Yakub drops in with a pile driver and he's got two. Telex went down first, no resurrect.
Yakbang and Bianca are going to now be the tank duo of the New York Excelsior. This just screams to me aggressive. Well, obviously with the new era begins at the very end, it definitely looks like that they will be going more aggressive than normal. So that's going to be very, very exciting, in my opinion. But we're gonna see how they go, really. Also with Jonak, it definitely does look like that they want to build around Jonak. That's definitely what it looks like. But we're gonna see. Yakpong obviously had a pretty lackluster Toronto Defiant time. He did have that moment where he legit popped off against London, and that was actually kind of like a return for him. So I'm really happy that Yakpong's back in the league, because apparently there were talks about him actually he was actually reformed, and he's much better as he was in Toronto. And the characters I was in Toronto were pretty shit. Here in New York, it's definitely better than Toronto. It's still a little bit weird, but it's definitely better. So we're gonna see how Yakpong goes. Bianca, obviously, we already know he's a pretty good diva. We didn't really see him a whole lot because of Hotbar, but I think he's a pretty good diva. Next up, it is the first collegiate college player to actually be signed to the Overwatch League. It is Jubi, or Jubai. I think it's Jubi. But obviously, he has competed in contenders before. He's not like the first one, but like he is the first one to go from collegiate University Overwatch team HU Storm to Overwatch League, which is the Houston Outlaws. He is underage. He is I think he turns 18 in April, which I think is around where the their times are going to be confirmed for the Overwatch League. So not a lot of time being lost for that for Houston. And I think it will be the main support for the team, if I remember correctly. Yes, he will be. So if that is what the roster is going to be for Houston, it's good, but at the same time, there's not a whole lot of subs for off tank, main tank, flexible, and main support. So gonna see what they want to do for Houston. They're probably gonna sign more players. I don't know though. I don't know what other signings are gonna do. The last one was just like announced when I was about to make this video. It is Nast joining the Toronto Defiant from T1. This makes me really think, why did they re-sign Logix and Beast? Because it looks like they want to go full Korean, and I still don't understand why they'd sign Logix and Beast. They're just going to be on the bench for their entire career with Toronto. However, Nast and Beast both have synergy with each other. They were in Fusion University when they competed in Korea, but at the same time, I still don't really understand why they changed, like why they signed Nace and why they re-signed, well, sorry, why they re-signed Beast and Logix. We just have to wait and see, and that's the wait and see why. Other news, actually, before I get into the Florida Mayhem side, there's like some couple changes. Well, Ben Best has now found a home back in Younger Beaver, where he was originally in. Philadelphia Fusion has announced that they will be competing in the APAC region. There's a couple teams also. Florida Mayhem has also said that they want to compete in the NA region. Other ones as well is, I think there's also talks about Toronto and Dallas also joining Philly to go to APAC. So basically, Philly will be in the APAC region. So I guess they're going to rename this from NA and APAC. We'd have to wait and see really what they want to do. We're gonna check Twitter as well. So as what I found on both Twitter and Reddit, I couldn't find anything, so there's no more news currently. We're now going to be talking about the Paris and the Florida roster, but we're first going to talk about Paris. So here is currently the 6-man roster. They need a total of 7 to basically be eligible. No, yeah. They also need to announce the coaching staff as well, because no coaching staffs are currently in the team. It's just only is currently still the owner of Drew, McCourt, and Avala. So here is the 6-man roster so we've got the DPS duo of Naga and Onigod, the tank duo of Elivert and Dan, and the support of Neptuno and Khan. I think they have a very strong DPS duo. Both of those players are amazing. They also have Neptuno, who I think is possibly one of the best, I'm going to say top 5 main support player. Khan was praised heavily by JMac, who's actually now a head coach for a team. I can't remember what team it is, but he's now the coach of a team. He was rated very, very highly by JMac, so I do believe his words. So Khan, I will also literally do some research on him. Dan, I don't know what team I think he was formerly from Revival, but then he was trying to find a team, couldn't find one. He is now joined the Paris Eternal. Khan, I think he was formerly from Obey Alliance, which I think is the same team that Naga was also in. I really need to be careful how I say his name. Yeah, I really like this roster currently. If they because there's also rumors I think Suna is going to join, the French player formerly from Vancouver Titans. There's rumors about him actually joining things to League Mafia, but we have to wait and see if that is the case. We're now going to go down to Florida Mayhem and talk about their complete roster. BKB, Gargoyle, Yaki, Ganamjin, Checkmate, Slime, and OGE. Okay, let me just... There we go. I think Yaki is still going to be a great player. BQB, I think he definitely improved from season 2, which is really good. Gundam Jin already amazing, like amazing flexible, flex support player. Slime, we already know he's a great main support, and we already know that the tank line is amazing. Gargoyle, own OGE. OG can be sometimes inconsistent, but I think he'll be alright here in a full Korean roster. I'm just worried about Checkmate. Obviously, he has showed a very strong echo. I don't know if that is enough for this current meta. I don't know what the current meta is actually, but if we have a look, yes, his season 2 heroes is actually quite a lot. He's definitely a flex DPS player. Genji, Tracer, Reaper, Hanzo, and Echo. So I think he is going to do really well this season. I just need to see if I can really believe if he can do it. He was from Oz Gaming and also Baladica, which was the team that he was in when you saw the clips. I guess we'll also talk about the Chinese teams because they've also announced their roster kind of. First over the Chengdu Hunters. This is basically going to be their roster. They've locked it in. This is their roster. Ivato, Elsa, Light Young, Among, Jinmu, Leave, Jimmy, Kaneki, Nisha, Gage, and Farway 1987. I didn't watch the Shanghai Masters, so I don't even know how they performed. But I definitely know about one player. Definitely, I know about one of them. I don't know how well they performed. But I think the DPS are going to be fine. The support are going to be a little bit lackluster. In my opinion, I think they're going to be kind of all over the place, including maybe the tank. But I definitely believe in the DPS. Like basically like Jinmu, Leave, Jimmy, Kaneki. Yeah, I believe in them. We're gonna take out Ivatol because he's basically a two-way player. Nisha 1987. I think Nisha, also known as Illusion, I think he'll be fine. 1987, I have no clue how he went, so that's gonna be interesting to find out. Elsa, a very weird off tank. I mean, honestly, he has like his own style. Among, we already know he's the Giga Chad of Wrecking Ball. I think Gage is mainly gonna be playing over him. We just need to see how well he goes though. But yeah, so that's Chengdu. We're gonna go quickly to Guangzhou Charge. That's what I saw on Reddit. My Kali was a beast. He was a beast of a player. Kali was. And if that's the case, well, everyone is gonna be very excited about him then. So basically, it looks like a very good roster. I rate them currently a top 10 team, even closer to top 5. I think it's a pretty good roster. Like Mandu, he played in a very he played very averagely in New York. Kareev, he did do really. I think he did pretty well in Toronto. Choi Sewan, I have no clue about. The rest, Eileen, Rio, Krong, yeah, we already know how good they will be. I did criticize Rio a lot like in last season, before starter. So, and like Kali, I think that's definitely going to be a guy to watch out for because apparently he popped off in Shanghai Masters. It was actually a very close game as well against Shanghai. So now we'll go on to the team who finished second place. It was the Hangzhou Spark, currently the only team with a 12-man roster. We have in the DPS, Godsby, Architect, Shai, and Xiaomen Su. In support, IDK, Coldest, Mika, and MCD. And in the tank, Gushui, Leggy, or Lige, I still don't know. Benar, and Takoyaki. I think they're going to do pretty well. Xiaomen Su, you already know he can basically flex onto the off tank if he wants to, like to Zarya. To see if IDK even actually improves from last season, because I feel like he did pretty shit last season. I think Gods will be fine, Architect will be fine, Shy, as I saw from his announcement video, he was really good. Xiaomen Su, we already know how good he's gonna be. He could be IDK. We'll see. Coldest and Mika, they're both really great players. MCD, I trust him. I think he'll be really, really good. We just have to see, I just have to watch him a bit. Goose, we already know how good he is. Like, there's no point. Ligi, I think he'll do really well. Bernard, he was one of the best London Spitfire players, other than with Glista and Sanguinar. Yeah. So I think I think he's gonna do really well. Takoyaki, I have no clue. I have no clue. I can't tell you. I don't know. Lastly, the Shanghai Dragons. This looks like a very scary roster. Flutter, Lip, Ursa, DM for DPS. Izayaki, Li Jaegong, and Molly for support, and Void and Fate for tank. Oh, this looks scary. Especially the DPS. They have like Flutter, Lip, DM. That's good. Like, well, Lip and DM basically for the hit scan. Then they got Flutter and Ursa for the flex. For the flex DPS. Like, I almost lost. I basically lost when I saw this roster. I lost. Like, Jesus Christ. Izayaki, he did really, really well this season. Season 3. Yep, last season. Season 3. Li Jaegong, possibly one of the best main support players. Molly, he impressed me. But just ignore that his name actually means a drug. Void and Fate, we already know how good they will be. So Shanghai, probably a top 3, top 5 team. Hangzhou, I'll probably say like a top 10 team. I don't think they'll get reach top 5. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna check if there's any more news, and there isn't. There's no more news. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll try actually, and try not to be too relaxed, but I'll keep you guys updated on everything in the off season, and we'll obviously do this again next Saturday. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.
I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna echo. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up.